Angela Merkel, German Chancellor, 2005 to 2021, and stabilizer of the European Union. Angela Merkel, who served as Germany's Chancellor from 2005 to 2021, is widely recognized as one of the most influential leaders in modern European history. Her 16-year tenure was marked by pragmatism, stability, and a commitment to European unity. Merkel's leadership style, often described as cautious yet decisive, allowed Germany to navigate multiple crises, both domestically and across Europe. Her tenure coincided with some of the most turbulent periods in recent European history, including the global financial crisis, the Eurozone debt crisis, the migration crisis, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Throughout these events, Merkel's steady hand and rational approach earned her the reputation of being the de facto leader of the European Union. Merkel's political career was built on her scientific training and analytical mindset. She trained as a physicist in East Germany, developing a methodical and evidence-based approach to problem-solving that would later characterize her political decision-making. After the reunification of Germany, Merkel joined the Christian Democratic Union (CDU) and quickly rose through the ranks due to her intellect, discipline, and ability to build consensus. By 2000, she had become the leader of the CDU, positioning herself as a centrist and pragmatic politician capable of appealing to a broad spectrum of voters. As Chancellor, Merkel's domestic policy was grounded in fiscal responsibility, social cohesion, and incremental reform. She steered Germany through the global financial crisis of 2008-2009, with policies that combined economic stimulus with strict fiscal discipline. Under her leadership, Germany avoided the worst effects of the recession that devastated many other European economies. Her government implemented measures to stabilize the banking sector, support employment, and maintain public confidence. Germany emerged from the crisis with a strong economy, low unemployment, and a reinforced reputation for fiscal prudence, strengthening Merkel's credibility both domestically and internationally. Merkel's role in the Eurozone crisis was particularly pivotal. Beginning in 2010, the European Union faced a sovereign debt crisis as several member states, including Greece, Ireland, Portugal, and Spain, struggled with unsustainable public debt and banking system instability. Merkel became the central figure in formulating the EU's response, advocating for a combination of financial assistance, structural reforms, and austerity measures. Her insistence on fiscal discipline and reforms often met resistance from debtor nations and sparked widespread protests, yet her approach was credited with preventing a potential collapse of the Eurozone. Merkel's leadership during this crisis demonstrated her ability to balance national interests with the broader European imperative, earning her recognition as a guarantor of European stability. The 2015 migration crisis represented another defining moment of Merkel's chancellorship. In response to the mass exodus of refugees from Syria, Iraq, and other conflict zones, Merkel adopted an open-door policy, famously stating, "Wir schaffen das. We can do this." This humanitarian stance allowed over 1 million refugees to enter Germany, reflecting her commitment to international responsibility and moral leadership. While controversial domestically, the policy reinforced Germany's image as a leader in humanitarian policy and highlighted Merkel's willingness to make difficult ethical decisions in the face of political risk. The migration policy also shaped European debates on integration, border control, and shared responsibility, with Merkel advocating for collective EU solutions despite tensions with other member states. Merkel's influence extended beyond crisis management to shaping the EU's long-term policy agenda. She consistently promoted European integration, climate policy, and multilateral cooperation. Under her tenure, Germany became a driving force behind EU initiatives such as the Paris Agreement on climate change and measures to enhance energy transition and sustainability. Merkel also navigated complex EU negotiations on issues ranging from trade agreements to Brexit, leveraging her reputation as a skilled negotiator capable of building consensus among often divergent member states. Merkel's leadership style was characterized by pragmatism, caution, and consensus building rather than flamboyant rhetoric. Unlike some contemporaneous world leaders, she rarely sought personal glorification, focusing instead on measured incremental progress and policy continuity. Her calm and rational demeanor, provided a stark contrast to volatile political climates both within Germany and internationally. Merkel's methodical approach, sometimes described as scientific, relied on careful assessment of data, risk evaluation, and coalition building to achieve policy goals. This style contributed to a sense of stability and reliability, which became a hallmark of her tenure. Domestically, Merkel faced challenges including demographic change, digital transformation, and the rise of populist politics. She navigated these pressures by promoting social policies that balanced economic growth with social equity. Her government implemented pension reforms, education investments, and measures to enhance gender equality while simultaneously maintaining Germany's position as an economic powerhouse. Merkel's pragmatism also extended to party politics, where she often reconciled divergent viewpoints within the CDU and its coalition partners to ensure governance stability. Merkel's international leadership was equally significant. She maintained strong transatlantic relations with the United States, balancing cooperation with occasional policy disagreements, such as on defense spending or climate policy. She cultivated strategic partnerships with Russia, China, and other global powers, emphasizing diplomacy, multilateralism, and European unity as essential to global stability. Merkel's influence was particularly visible during tense periods of EU-US relations, the Ukraine crisis, and negotiations over sanctions on Russia, where her diplomatic acumen helped prevent escalation and maintain dialogue. Merkel's legacy is also marked by her ability to transcend ideological divisions and maintain Germany's leadership role in the EU. She presided over a period when the European project faced existential challenges, and her pragmatic approach helped sustain the Union through economic, social, and political turbulence. Merkel's focus on compromise, negotiation, and practical problem-solving set a standard for responsible leadership that influenced both EU policy and global governance. Despite her considerable successes, Merkel's tenure was not without criticism. Some argued that her cautious style led to incremental reforms that delayed necessary structural changes in areas such as digitalization, defense, and energy transition. Her migration policies, while morally commendable, fueled political backlash and the rise of populist movements within Germany and across Europe. Nonetheless, Merkel's capacity to navigate crises while maintaining stability, social cohesion, and international credibility largely overshadowed these criticisms. Merkel stepped down from office in 2021 after 4 consecutive terms, leaving behind a Germany and Europe that were more resilient, economically stable, and globally respected. Her legacy is often summarized in terms of crisis management, European unity, and pragmatic leadership. Merkel demonstrated that measured, rational, and ethical decision-making could effectively navigate unprecedented challenges, and her influence extended well beyond Germany's borders to shape European and global politics. In sum, Angela Merkel's 16-year tenure as German Chancellor was defined by stability, pragmatism, and a commitment to both national and European interests. Her leadership during multiple crises, from financial turmoil to humanitarian emergencies, solidified her reputation as a steady hand in uncertain times. Merkel's emphasis on consensus, evidence-based policy, and moral responsibility helped stabilize the European Union and maintain Germany's role as a central actor on the global stage. Her impact continues to resonate, serving as a model of leadership that balances pragmatism, ethical considerations, and a long-term vision for national and international governance.